Hello, I am the Great Zarin, and I'm going to start streaming consistently. Again, again, for the upteenth time. Yeah. Yeah, I've started and stopped streaming and YouTube video making a lot over the past decade. And to give myself some slack, there have been good reasons for it. I've worked at a job that ate my soul, so I barely had energy to do much of anything. We're talking, I would come home, and for an hour after I got home, I would just sit there, just vegetating, because it drained me so bad. There ain't no way I'm streaming or making videos after that day at work. And there was times where I was streaming through my Xbox and the UI for Twitch just was not good. It ate up screen, and on one occasion, part of the UI sat right on top of the game's UI where the health was. So I couldn't play it very well. But then there's times I have to call myself out, like where I was getting really upset that nobody was watching. Why isn't there at least one person watching me? And I was wanting to put all of the carts before the horse, where I was trying to think about, okay, when I make it, when this starts taking off, well, I'll need this channel and this channel, I need to do this, and try to lay out all this infrastructure for successful content creation. That wasn't even going to be sure what's going to happen. I also was probably putting way too much pressure on myself to get that success and allowing myself to just stream all the time and make all the YouTube videos at first, and that burnt me out. And then I never didn't recover enough for the next several times I tried, and didn't have enough other things in place to make sure that I was in a good enough spot for it. I just felt like doing it, so I was going to try it. Hello, neurodivergent brain. I see you. So I guess I could raise a good question of what's different this time? Well, for one, I don't have any excuse of, oh, the setup's not good. I have a PC that I'm streaming on. I'm lit well by that little light that I have on top of my monitor. This webcam and this microphone seem to do pretty well. I'm sitting at a desk. I have a streaming card and a thing to switch between both the Xbox that you see here and the game PC that's just off frame. And I could pick up a third console even and do that. I also, when I'm employed, have a lot of money, so I can know for a fact that, hey, I'm good. I can just, kind of chill at work. I don't got my bills paid. I'm going to work a second job. And I can just have that glee of, yes, I'm paying all my bills off. And if I do need to think about buying something else, I do have the money/credit limit for it, no problem. Of course, then there's the key piece above it all of the mental thing. Which one part of that mental thing is not push myself to try to do way too much. When I first started, I didn't really have that limit. Again, neurodivergent brain, I see you doing the ADHD thing of just dive in full bore and then get burnt out and just stop. Because we're talking streaming pretty much every day, or maybe a YouTube video every day. And for me, that was too much. Which is why the Twitch schedule I have right now is, hey, above all else, do Tuesday, do Thursday, do either Saturday or Sunday, depending upon when a wrestling show is on. Since I've been starting this, I've not quite hit that full week, and then I started overdoing it and doing Fridays and Saturday and Sunday, because, well, Byron wasn't on, so I had nothing else to do, and I figured he was probably busy. So, hey, I might as well have fun streaming more games. But again, I'm saying just Tuesday, just Thursday, just Saturday or Sunday. I'll need to do Friday and both weekends if I don't feel up to it. Also, admittedly, I've thought about YouTube videos I want to do, but I'm not committed to doing that yet. It's going to be probably when I feel like I've got the mental energy to do it. I want to get streaming down and consistent first, and also get another job so I can see how that affects everything. Then think about making YouTube videos, whether it's consistently, whether it's just whenever I get to it. and also need to make sure that I don't demand that, well, those must be successful by whatever metric it is. It just needs to be I do it, and what happens, happens, as long as I say I did my level best. The last bit's the important part. Again, I get so sucked up on why aren't people watching? Why aren't they watching? Why is there at least one person watching? Because almost nobody has ever watched any of the stuff that I've done, whether it's streaming or videos. And for some reason, something in my brain is just like, oh, that's fine then. It's finally settled in. It's fine if nobody's watching. Just do it. So I will find you eventually. And they have. I had a raid, and I had somebody randomly find me the other day. And those streams were really cool to be talking to somebody for a little bit. One of the people, the person that found me the other day, even seems like they want to keep watching whenever they can. In part, so I can help them with U.S. history, because I kind of went off on a bit of a neurodivergent tangent about history, and they could tell they triggered something in me. And it was fun to talk about history and to test my knowledge of Europe, because they're from Europe, and to try to figure out what country they were from. That was fun. Something just seemingly just clicked back in January, February of this year to finally say, just do it. Just give it the effort that you can. Don't neglect it. Don't let it be something that you yet again just drop off of. But also, you don't have to expect everything from it. Just give it a try. Just do your best. And again, it's going to be okay if nobody's watching sometimes. The biggest, but I'm going to want to see thing is that I've tried my absolute best for a long period of time. And does it look like going to every once in a while evaluate how it's going? And if it does get to just be way too much for whatever reason, I'll just have to stop. Shouldn't be anytime soon. Should be at least in a few months minimum. But I think it's going to be, I said, 4 years. I want to try this and be consistent with it for 4 years. And that might be a long time. So I'll try for a year, and I'm going to. I'm not going to try to go to 4 years if after 6 months I just find that nope, nobody can maintain a consistent schedule. But I think the part of me that wants this to be successful, whatever that metric might be, is just going to say, look, 4 years is going to be more than enough time to say that we truly tried and we've ruled out outside variables, and it's not because you gave up, not because of jobs, not because of anything else. You had 4 years to figure it out. Now, I think at first I was thinking the worst case of, well, nobody's ever watching consistently. I stream and nobody shows up consistently, so I can just stop and nobody will notice. That's the easy scenario to deal with. But what if there's 5 people that are fairly consistent? What do I do then? I mean, I guess I could be talking to them, Discord or the message app du jour or the whatever it is that takes place in Discord, social media, whatever, in 4 years. I can just say, hey, I got 4 or 5 friends, at least, out of it. And, of course, the best case scenario is that it takes off and I can pay my bills with it. Because people just love what I do so much. I want to give you money for how awesome you are. The biggest thing that I think I need to do is to say I tried. And I said 4-year goal. Okay, let's see if I really do want to see this as, okay, content creation is what I do, part-time, full-time, whatever. After 4 years, presumably, I should see whether this is going to be for me or not. I could probably say after a year, honestly. But I also want to make sure that I don't have a few stumbles happen and I give up too soon. Again, 4 years is probably overkill. But for the part of me that wants to see this be successful, 4 years. 40 for me. When I turn 40, I'll be able to say, hey, I tried that and it got the following result. So, yeah, 4 years. I'm gonna see what I can do in 4 years, being hopefully very consistent with it. finally, for more than maybe 2 months. Again, I want to say it was maybe like 2, maybe 3 months at most in 2016, which is as long as I had done it. Any other time, you can look through the history of the live streams I put up on my YouTube channel, and there's very few games that were finished. So, yeah, if you want to see me streaming a number of video games on my Twitch channel, it's The Great Zaren. Spelled the same way. It's Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and then either Saturday or Sunday afternoon, East Coast US time. There might be extra stream on Fridays, might be a stream on Saturday and a stream on Sunday. But I'm not going to hold myself to doing all 5 of those. I want to commit myself just to at least 3 a week to be that consistent. And then see when I might be able to do other YouTube stuff. I guess if you want to see what live streams I've done already, there's the Zarchives channel, which is Zar and Archives put together, and I felt smart thinking of that name. I guess this is good enough video as any to just point out that on the Zarchives channel that I made to be the archive of all the Twitch VODs, and maybe other old stuff I throw on there at some point, but mainly for now it's like the Twitch VODs for when I stream. The unique username for that is going to be Zarchives-219, or it is, I should say. And it's referencing February 19th, which is what I'm going to be declaring as like the start of this latest attempt. And if people were to ask me, what's the, important, anniversary of the Great Zaren streaming and all of that, it's going to be February 19th, 2026. Because February 19th, 2013 was the date of the worst failure of my life. I had a relationship that I thought was going to turn into everything. I was going to marry her. I was going to have kids. We were going to be so happy. And because I, for a myriad of reasons, could not do that, and she could not be the emotional rock to get me through that bit of turmoil, no fault of anybody's, except for probably people outside of the relationship, but that's another question. That's another thing entirely. Let's not worry about that. February 19th, 2013, for me personally, is, if not the worst day of my life, one of the worst, because it was the worst failure of my life. Because something that I really wanted failed that day, and I couldn't get it back. I haven't agonized over it necessarily for these 13 years. I certainly did for at least a few. And there's definitely been some years where the date came up and I was just full of anguish remembering that. But I've had a few years in the past few years where it's like, oh yeah, the date happened, whatever, moved on. I put a 4-year marker on it because with me I'm wanting to start 4 years and see 40 years old, what I could do if I stuck to it and was pretty good with it and tried to evaluate success with it, readjust and plan for the next few years of my life, whatever. I've done it for my life. Next, I just decided February 19th, I'll do the first stream of this latest and I hope final relaunch of this effort to stream consistently and have it grow into something. If you got to this part of it, thank you for listening to me. I recorded this several times, not liking how it was, and I'm probably going to be able to tell you that I kind of didn't like editing it. Neurodivergent brain will do that for you. Hey, editing Czar here, the following morning editing that. It wasn't that bad. I had more of a problem with the program I was using than anything else, but it didn't take too long to edit out the pauses that I was doing apparently constantly because there was just mucus or whatever in my nose. I had it kind of fun, can't lie. I hope you will follow along on this and give support. If you subscribed to me years ago and don't remember who I am, you want to subscribe now, that's cool. I think more of us plenty unsubscribed from more YouTube channels we don't watch. If you've stumbled upon this video and want to see what this dude's doing, hey, come join me. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch. Again, the schedule's Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Coast of the U.S. time. I don't know why I said it like that, but like Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Coast of the U.S. time. And then Saturday or Sunday it starts at 4 p.m. Again, Eastern Coast of the U.S. time. I don't know why I keep saying Eastern Coast of the U.S. time, but anyway, yeah. And the streams might happen on Friday and on Saturday and on Sunday, who knows? And the times might move at some point, but at least for now, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and Saturday usually, or maybe Sunday at 4 in the afternoon. And I'll just reevaluate those times as time goes on. I'm the Great Zarin, and thank you for listening, and I hope to see you join me in my attempt to do all of this.